Happy race day, everybody. Capping the Cup. We're back. We got the FireKeepers 400 at Michigan today. You know, Marin, Michigan, it's a track I really love. But before we get into breaking that down, why don't we talk about our guy, Chris Buescher, last week? Okay, Chris Buescher last week was just a phenomenal victory. I think it was the second largest hit for Capping the Cup of all time, other than Jed Burton at Talladega, which was earlier this year. But at Richmond last week, Chris Buescher, 28.5 units gained. Unfortunately, with Road to America, we caught a bad break. We caught a bad breaks with the trucks. Friday night, we know the trucks are a total crapshoot. Anyway, it's a complete dartboard every time. But we still finished the weekend up last weekend, up 23 units. So I hope everybody was able to really pad their bankroll heading into the playoffs here. We've got 6 straight weeks with a positive gain. We are up 75.725 units. In the past 6 weeks, we are up 134.2 units on the season, currently clipping them off at 57.67%. So some room to grow, but hey, 1 unit up is better than none. So we'll take it. As we get into Michigan here, this is a track I really like. It's one of the last 2-mile tracks that's out there. Obviously, with Fontana going away, I expect a really good race today. We're going to see some of that 4 and 5 wide stuff, and it's just going to be a blast, I think. I think Michigan always puts on a great show. So taking a look at my model here, model does favor the race favorite, Chris Bell. He went from 700 to 650 overnight. I think it's just absolutely worth a play. You know, Bell's a guy who he's kind of been somewhat quiet lately. He's not really giving me a feel, someone who's stuck out a lot, but this is the kind of track that suits him. And like I said, he was number 1 in the model. So I've got him followed by William Byron. 24 of William Byron is a guy that I expect to be up there as well. Now, I don't know what Byron did. I can't remember if it was last week or 2 weeks ago. He was number 1 in the model and absolutely pooped his pants. I hope that doesn't happen this time. But that being said, a guy who I'm definitely looking at as well is Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs is plus 2,500, and he actually grades out 4th in my model. So I definitely am going to be on Ty for sure. I think, he really kind of screwed us yesterday. Those of you who followed with the Xfinity picks, he was running first. At the time, we had Gator running 4th, and I think it was Austin Hill running 5th. And Ty decided to hit Gator on pit road and kind of, in my opinion, cost us the Xfinity race yesterday. But I expect strong running out of Ty Gibbs today. And my 4th pick here, it's kind of tough. I was between Truex and Kyle Busch. Tiebreaker for me, I have Truex 3rd in my model, Kyle Busch is 5th. I'm giving the edge to Kyle Busch, and simply because I'm looking at track history. This isn't a track where Martin has traditionally done well. He doesn't traditionally do all that great on the drafting tracks. I do expect him to have a very fast car, but I'm leaning Busch. Now, I want to give a shout out to @NASCAR Prophecy on Twitter, because as I was scrolling through Twitter today, I saw, Kyle Busch is plus 750, and NASCAR Prophecy pointed out that Barstool is giving away RCR is the team to win at plus 800. So those of you who do want to back Kyle Busch today should absolutely take RCR to win, because you're going to get it at better odds. It's plus 800. And then you get Austin Dillon for free. And I can promise you Austin Dillon's not winning this race today, but if you can get a free car, take one. So those are my 4. I had a 5th where I was trying to see if there was value further down the board. Ross Chastain and Chase Elliott kind of graded out for me as like 7th to 10th place cars. We know that Chase needs a win. Ross is up there. He looked really strong in practice, really strong in qualifying. Again, the difference for me is I'm looking at that driver rating in the next-gen car, and Ross just has not ever been good here. So if I eat my words on Ross, I'll eat them. I'm going to take Elliott at plus 1,400, and of course I'll have the unit values posted to Twitter. Marin, Michigan, I know you love 2-mile tracks. What do you think?
I didn't know that this was a 2-mile track. I didn't know that they were in Michigan. Right before this video, I asked him, so we're in Michigan, right? But, so, bear with me, Team Apathy, because I have a strategy now for this. I have a definite strategy. and it starts with koalas.
What?
So, fun fact, koalas have about 90% infection of chlamydia amongst their population, right? So, for some reason, when I think koalas, I think the slowest but the surest and most efficient animals, right? They're cute, they're cuddly, but they're deceptively strong. And, you know, I think that they have survived so much. So I think now, let's go with koalas.
Is this the Discovery Channel, or are we capping the cup?
Hold on. So, koalas. In order to find them, a lot of them are tagged with bells around their necks. So, bells, Christopher Bell, first pick.
Yeah, Bell's the top of my model. He's the race favorite. I expect him to show up today.
So, because the odds are in favor of Bell, I thought let's keep going with koalas. Koalas, chlamydia, CH, Chastain.
What?
When you think chlamydia, you think Chastain.
But CH could be Chase Elliott or Chris Buescher, but I guess you're just thinking Chastain, you're saying has chlamydia.
I'm not making any assumptions, I'm just saying. And then last but not least...
Right? Chastain is plus 1,500, by the way.
Last but not least, there is a picture that's really cute of a koala wearing a tiny little bow on its neck, right? Because like koalas, I think there was like a cartoon where they were like little waiters. Bowman.
Yeah, you know, Bowman was a guy who did grade out actually kind of high in the model. I think if I look here, Bowman was a guy who graded out at, it looks like the 7th in my model. I just haven't seen the guy really do anything in terms of running up front since he's come back from injury. So, you know, I looked elsewhere, but certainly at 2,500, you know, that would make for a nice hit if Bowman punches his ticket to the playoffs, because like his teammate Chase Elliott, they both need to win at this point, I think, to get in. I'm kind of lost in all of the koala stuff, but if that's the model that works, I'm going to spend a lot less time crunching the data. So there you have it. Maren, anything you want to add?
There's strategy behind this, guys. When you think koalas, chlamydia, bows, and bells, you think of Michigan.
I don't, but we'll see what happens. So I hope everybody has a great race day. Good luck, and we'll catch y'all next week.